Good evening. Welcome to Wavelength. This is a special show. Do you hear me in the mic? Is this thing on?
Is this thing on? Keep going.
Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Hello, hello, hello. Hi, 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 hello. Testing, 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 testing. These party spaces that were kind of ephemeral to a sense kind of came from the need to create a new space because we didn't have a space for us to play as women, as queer people, or as newcomers to a scene. Like there's a few clubs in Montreal, but it's very like cliquey, like people don't really book newcomers for no reason. The necessity of creating a new space where also we felt welcome and we felt like it was the music we liked, the people we liked, and that we could come in and not feel like we're like some sort of sexual prey for like other people. So it's just a space where people come in to enjoy the music and to find like-minded people, but also to kind of make a statement and say, like, this is the kind of space that represents us. We try as much as possible to create spaces where people, you know, are asked to leave if they behave poorly, or the rules are made very clear, like we don't tolerate racism, homophobia, you know, all these things at the entrance. Nightlife has an element that's always a bit unpredictable.
It's the same back in China. They think a woman DJ, a female DJ on the stage, they're supposed to dress sexy. Some people book me to play a really nice pay, but there's like, do you mind to wear bikini top or like really sexy outwear? Now it's like, I have a lot clothes that I feel is sexy, but I will not wear it just because they ask me for. I feel like they want me to be sexy on stage to attract more people, but that's not what I wanted. Like, whole thing about DJing is sharing music. That's how I turned down a lot of gigs. I'm super against sexual assault in the bar. Like, even I saw someone is being rude to other girl, the girl I don't even know, I just feel like I have to help her. Because what if it happened to me? We dress as what we want to be, because we feel good about ourselves. So I had tons of fight with people who touch my friend, touch me, and the catcalling. They think we're supposed to talk to them because we're standing there smoking a cigarette. It's like we're open subject.
get your terminology, something worth acknowledging. Not easy for swallowing, 100 on the packaging. Of course they know what camp we in, double up the ambient. I am just not buying that I'm not one to be champion. Finding myself diving and confident I'ma cover it up. Just a condition, how functioning, I'm a sucker for Dutch. Highly combustible, untouchable, tumble and rough. Flicker the light so I can light my way out of this rut. I'm never not caught up. Too scared to
Before I started the Hua Li project, I felt like there was a time and place for each portion of my identity. So there were times where I could express my queerness in a way that felt succinct, or I could express my mixed cultural upbringing and my heritage in a certain light, or I could express womanhood in a certain light. They were very compartmentalized things in terms of my practice and in terms of the way I was living my life. And I don't think that I felt like there was any chance of reconciling these things for a long time. I felt like, you know, my Chineseness, like that was home sphere, and my queerness, that was like for when I was in the queer scene and participating in queer events, and the feminist stuff, that was like for feminist spheres. The Hua Li project was really special in that it seemed very naturally to bring these ideas together, and it gave me a means to communicate all of these things as a full picture, so that these things didn't have to be fragmented. It was a really, really convenient way for me to understand how actually all of these things are part of me all the time.
Women have been involved in the history of technology from the very beginning. You know, women were telephone operators, women were deciding on what technologies were going into the home. Women would always be questioned harder, or like, you know, just not be considered as talented or as like capable to do something. So not being taken seriously, I think, was a big problem, and also just like a lack of resources that weren't in environments where it felt uncomfortable to ask questions. A solution, or maybe a strategy to counter that, is first of all realize that there's like a lot of us wanting to do this, and then to kind of form spaces in which women can get together, kind of share the experiences that we've had and those initial tools and resources to get started. Because after you get started and you get a bit of confidence, you can emerge out of those circles and go into the world and be a bit more confident about your practice and your art. There's less and less excuses to be made for all-male lineups.